suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians, and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
It's one of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Stoned Appetit with the two dumbest people in Denver. It's me, Kip, and across the screen, I got CB. How are you, CB?
I'm doing great. As one of the dumbest people in Denver, I'm loving the Avs right now in the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I was one of those idiots that bet a money line this in game 3, and we all took a bath on that one. But it's all right. We'll come back with the faithful on Wednesday. As you're listening to this, it's game day. Puck drops tonight. It's going to be a big fucking time. But so is this episode. We have a kick-ass guest joining us in about 10 minutes. But before we do, we have a kick-ass week ahead. So we want to talk about all the things that you could be doing this weekend. If you're looking for vibes around Denver, if you're looking at concerts, venues, things of that nature, there's all sorts of shit going down as summer is in full swing. But before we get into all that, Chris, let's give a shout out to our friends and sponsors. It's our friends over at Standing Akimbo. It's the #1 medical dispensary in Denver. They've been sharing the love with us, so in turn, we're sharing the love with our community. We picked a winner for our first ever give away a free med card. I didn't want to publicize it because I don't think that's probably what we should be doing, is publicizing people getting medicine. But it's been an overwhelming, strong campaign, and that's because the people at Standing Akimbo put their product first. They keep top shelf all across the board, pretty much all the flour, all their wax, cartridges, edibles. They only keep the primo stuff, and that's why we love them. Ever since I got my med card, I've been saving hundreds of bucks. Not like fucking Geico, talking about true inflation dollars, putting dollars back into your pocket. So spending the $110 to get your license or getting your medical license is worth it, all because of the money you save, especially when you shop at our friends at Standing Akimbo. And little addition, don't forget, you can also order online and do pickups. So you can skip the wait, skip the line, go right through and check out. It's perfect. It's the best opportunity you can get. But at the same time, you know, we mentioned high shelf weed. It's not just at the medicinal side. You can also get our friend Seed and Smith from across the community. They have 2 locations of their own, one on Heckler Way, one on Oakland Street out in Commerce City. But if you go to www.seedandsmith.com, you can see where the products are across the city. It doesn't matter if you're medicinal. It doesn't matter if you're recreational. It doesn't matter if you're looking for a cartridge, a pen, or, you know, cartridge, a pod, pre-rolls, flour, concentrate. Seed and Smith has their products on shelves across the community, and we love Puff and Tough on that shit. That's why we're fired up to be working with them on the first ever Stoned Appetit collab dart pod. It's going to be fucking great. They're great partners in the community, and we like supporting companies that not only put out a good product, but also do good in the city as well. So thanks to our 2 sponsors for getting this, making this podcast possible. And before we get into the Mars interview, let's talk with Chris. We got a big week ahead.
We do.
Are you fired up?
I am. I'm excited. I'm going to venture outside the city.
Yeah. So, you know, I think, you know, we had the guests on from the team from WeldWerks Brewery about a month ago talking about their WeldWerks Invitational, and you being our craft beer connoisseur, you're going to go up there and tear it apart. Go sit up in one of their sessions at their foundation.
Dude, I'm stoked. It's, I mean, they still got some tickets available for those like not doing shit on a Saturday and want to get up and taste some brews. I think they're $110, and you get a glass and you get to sample over 120 beers from over 45 breweries. This is like coming off a 2-year hiatus. And judging by the way, when we talked with the WeldWerks crew, like, this is a fucking fun event. And
dude, they were
strikes
so
all the
hyped up about
boxes.
They were so hyped up about it. I can only imagine. And from what I've been hearing from people in the beer game and the beer world, they're fired up for it as well. I know folks that are flying in from New Orleans for it. They got here already and went and hit up Open Deli, things like that. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a bitchin' good time. And we do have a lot of craft beer, fans in our community and things of that nature. So if you're feeling a little froggy this weekend, grab tickets. Which session are you going to try to attend?
I think we're going to do, depending on when I get out of here, I think we're going to try and hit up the first session starts at like 11, but they have an afternoon session as well. So I guess we'll just kind of see when we leave here, but most likely the afternoon session.
Yeah, that's probably the better call, Angie. If you wanted to, you can kind of get settled in. And if you, like they said, you can go to their tap room and have a beer, talk with some of their teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
we're back in action. Sorry, someone knocked at the door. It happens in the studio of life.
But no, I'm stoked to get up there. And also, like, I'll check out some food spots and see what's going on in Greeley and stuff. Probably I'll swing by the WeldWerks actual brewery, hang out with some of those guys, and then just check out the town, let people know what's going on.
Oh, no, we're going to need a full synopsis. We'll have reels, static posts. Chris has figured out social media. So, I mean, we're going to pretty much post all the videos. We'll do a whole recap all weekend long. But that's not the only thing that's going on this weekend.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention another thing I just noticed today. If you don't feel like, making that trek up to Greeley, although I highly recommend it because it's going to be incredible brews. There's Hops Drops Evergreen Music and Beer Festival, June 25th. It's from like 12 to 9 in Evergreen. California Honey Drops are playing. They're like the headliner.
Yeah.
And then you've got, 8 or 9 other acts and a bunch of little breweries up there. And I think tickets are only like $55.
Really?
Yeah. So you're getting like, you're going to be able to taste brews, and then you're going to see some good music. Like California Honey Drops alone, $55 is worth it.
Yeah, that's a hell of a deal. And then you get some brew dogs as well. And, with the weather, how it is, it's a little bit piping hot in the summer days. Evergreen, you get a little bit of that reprieve being right there in the foothills.
Yeah. But what are you up to?
So this is a pretty loaded week. Obviously, I took a little bit of a rest last week while everybody was partying in Telluride or Dead & Co. Frasco and Umphreys playing at Red Rocks. People were raging all around the city for the fucking hockey game. I used this weekend to recharge the batteries. We had partied our dicks off the week before, and I just needed to kind of, after week of partying, I took last week to kind of relax while everybody was out of town or busy, and now I'm fucking geared up and ready to go. So Thursday we have Top Taco. I'm not sure if there's any tickets left, but these are the same people that did Chicken Fight Fest at Elitch Gardens. This is gonna be up in Westminster instead. So I think I may go and crash that party with our friend Gourmand Guide on Thursday. And then obviously I think everybody knows that Widespread Panic's in town, but Friday we also have fucking Game 5 in our backyard, Chris. It's going to be a rowdy time in this city on Friday. Everyone's been seeing the parties at McGregor Square and Tivoli, but literally, and there's a bar on every corner that is going to have the game on. So this weekend, the city is going to be a buzz. So I'm planning to go Top Taco into a watch party Friday. Hopefully that's, if we're listening right now, it's Game 4 tonight. Game 5's Friday. And then after Friday, Saturday, I'm going to do a little widespread, eat a little boom shabooms. And then, just go, touch the sky a little bit and then kind of coast back down on Sunday. It's going to be a very fun vibe this weekend. And I'm trying to stay as positive possible, hoping that we pull it out tonight so that it's an elimination or, Lord Stanley's Cup will be in the building for Game 5, at least. Fingers are crossed.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if we ended on Friday.
God,
but on that note, if you're on the east side, a great place to watch the game is DNVR.
Yeah, if you're on that side of the city, those people, I feel like they have a line at 3:00 for a 6:00 puck drop. So you're definitely in the dedicated zone for 3 hours before, but it beats the shit out of sitting outside and waiting on fucking Grizz to show up at Tivoli,
Yeah, for sure.
And also, I'm not mad. I fucking love that Grizz is leaning into it. I mean, it's his fucking city and things of that nature. But Tivoli's going to be fucking packed already with people vibing on the game. And now you're adding in a bunch of womp womp kids that are just looking for a free set. It's adding an extra burden on the folks that are there. So, and I wouldn't recommend that if they do that again for game 4 or 5, maybe find a local watering hole. But I will say that if it's going to be anything like other times when we've had the opportunity to clinch trophies or conferences, that you want to be near the downtown area when we win, because it's going to be fucking nuts when we win.
Yeah. And you aren't going to be able to get down there once it happens.
No, it'll be chaos. Yeah, you can maybe ride a bike or a Vespa. The scooters will be probably burnt and we'll eat the rich. It's going to be an awesome time. Hopefully the boys can stick it out, come home with 2 more dubs this week. Fuck, let's go. That gets me excited.
Me too. Yeah.
All right, Chris. So it sounds like we've kind of covered the whole week that was. Let's go have some dinner. I want everybody, please meet Mars Conte, the founder or co-founder of ThriftCon and local Denver thrift pop scene here in town. So great episode, great insight. Former athlete that played at CU Boulder, and he's just a fucking hoot. The guy's a cool cat. So I thought it was
and sorry to interrupt you. And his dad's got a restaurant.
Oh yeah, Tony Rigatoni's up in Morrison. So we're going to talk about all that, but that's a spoiler alert. I shouldn't have said that. Shit. Well, we're not editing this out because our new producer hasn't started yet because we haven't hired one. So we're going to leave that in until the next time. But Chris, I hope you have a fantastic dinner, and to all our listeners, enjoy this interview.
Welcome back to our another guest interview. This time we're sitting down with Mars Conte, co-founder of ThriftCon and a local legend that's running around the streets of Denver. He's a badass. We're fired up to talk with him about all things vintage life. But before we get into that, we want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Eden. This interview is sponsored by our friends at Eden Extract because they are bringing the truth, just like we are. They're known for their living soil product that they do out in Parachute, Colorado. They are, a local family-run operation from, I think we've been saying, from seed to or from soil to oil is the clever phrase. And they're providing live rosin products from whether it be concentrates, dab it up. If you're looking for a vape pen or a cartridge, they have those too. Or maybe you're a flower person and you just want to smoke the goods. Well, they've got infused pre-rolls as well. And you can find all those over at our local Cali's Cannabis. That's the best part, is we love teaming up with folks that work in the community that are, keep it local, things of that nature. And that's exactly what Eden is doing. So if you're looking to learn more about them, check them out on social media, Eden, EDUN, .co. And if you're looking to learn a little bit more about their products, you can go to their website as well, Eden Extracts. And then obviously when you go into Cali's, ask the bud tender to see the wide array of products from your local Eden shelf. There we go. All right, let's rock and roll. Mars, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you, brother?
I'm chilling, man. What's going on?
Oh, Sunday fun day in the Mile High City. We usually like to kick off all these episodes the same way, but after the Avs last night, we're just steamrolling through. We're going to fucking have a parade in a week or two, maybe.
Yeah.
By the time they're listening.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, what the fuck? 7-0 last night? That's what ended up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh
Tacos.
Oh my God. That
And
was fire.
As we listen to this podcast, or as our listeners are, because this will air in not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. So technically we could be in parade formation, knock on wood. But we're going to have a kick-ass.
Yeah, it might have already even happened. If it's
yeah, we may be
Yeah.
hungover licking our wounds and having to talk about it. But, we wanted to talk with you today because obviously for those that don't know, Mars's company, ThriftCon, hosts pop-up vintage sales across the country. But he's got a more local sesh that he's doing with local entities and companies and vintage resellers here in town. And so we wanted to talk with him. But before we dive into the company, we want to get to know Mars the person. So I'm going to turn off my microphone and just listen as Chris takes the reins.
What's up, Chris? Talk to me.
Okay. We'll get this started. So, Mars, we do start off every show kind of the same. And this is the hardest hitting question you'll receive all day. Are you a trans